Hey, this is Tony here with Salt Strong, and in this video I want to do a quick little review of this line cutting tool, which is made by the Boomerang Tool Company. Handy little device. I've been using it for quite a while now. Now all it does is cut line. It will cut braid flawlessly. It will also cut fluorocarbon, mono of all different sizes, and I'm going to show you a demonstration here in a few. But there are a few pros and cons that I found when using this tool, which I want to share in this video. So first, as far as the pros go, I like how it's nice and small and compact, and it's not big and bulky, such as if you were to use a pair of pliers or a pair of scissors to try to cut your line. It's just a little bit more efficient with cutting line than some of those bigger devices, especially when you're trying to cut your line close to your lure or close to the leader when you're tying on a leader. Now, just to give you a quick demonstration of how easily it will cut fluorocarbon, as you can see I have a lure tied on here, and I want to cut that little tag end of the fluorocarbon close to the knot, but not too close. And again, if you have bulky pliers or scissors, it can be a little difficult. So you can get real close as you need to get, and there you go. It's cut right off and you're good to go. Also, if you are tying on leaders, some leaders require you to cut the line very close to the knot. And again, if you're using a bulky pair of pliers or scissors, it can be hard to get a close shot at cutting that line off, and you might possibly cut your main line, which you don't want to do, or you might cut your leader. So as you can see, I have the tag end of this braid right here. This is 10-pound braid. I'll show you how easily it cuts that braid. Just snip it and you're good to go. Cuts it really nicely and nice and clean, no frays or anything like that. Now, another thing that I like about this tool is that it's pretty much within reach at all times because it has this clip on there and also a retractable leash. It extends to about 2 feet long, so it's plenty long enough to reach your lure or leader from your belt or wherever you may clip this to. Just make sure, of course, you don't reach too far or try to pull it too far if you have it hooked onto your boat or anything like that, because you can possibly rip it right off of that leash. So definitely be aware of that. Now, one more thing that you will definitely want to know about this is that it has a way to lock those jaws closed. As you can see, they're open right now. You want to make sure they are closed. You just simply squeeze the handle, pull the handle back, and it locks those jaws closed. If not, if you happen to have your line blow into the jaws while it's open, while this is hanging on your waist or anywhere that it might be, then your line's going to get cut, especially if it goes in between those jaws. So definitely make sure it's closed. Also, you don't want this poking you in the leg when it's open, because it can easily cut through your pants or anything like that and cut your leg if you're sitting down and you happen to have these jaws open. Now, with that being said, it still can poke you even if the jaws are closed. So when you are wearing it, try to have it on the side of your belt, not on the front of your belt, because when you go to sit down, if you have this hanging, say, right in front of your leg, when you go to sit down, it's going to push up against your leg, and if you're really scrunched up, it's going to pretty much poke you right in the leg there. So definitely be careful about that. Now, another con that I found, aside from it being able to poke you in the leg there while it's hanging from your belt, is to make sure you keep it clean. This does have an open cavity on the inside, and water can get in there. I'm not 100% sure if the inside is corrosion resistant, but when you have anywhere water can get into and just kind of sit there, it will typically start to corrode things. So make sure you just keep it dry. Try not to keep it in a wet area. Keep it on your belt, keep it away from the water, and you should be good to go. And then lastly, as I mentioned before, try not to overextend that retractable leash, because if you go too far, if you pull it too far, it can easily break off of there, and it can be a little tough to get it fixed. You can open this up. It does have some screws on the back side where you can open it up and fix it, but just to avoid that, just try to make sure you don't overextend that leash. So that will wrap up this review of this line cutting tool made by the Boomerang Tool Company. If you have any questions about this, or if you've used it before and you want to share your experience using this tool, definitely leave a comment down below. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.